Okay, 3, 2, 1. Yeah, we're live. We're recording. Hey,
What's good,
everybody.
people? We already messed up in first second of our podcast.
It's fine. It's
Wow,
fine. We can talk. We can cut this out. Um,
it's fine. Now let the people see the process, see
the growth.
the
Yeah.
growth like my hair.
Yeah. So please tell us what product you use. No.
This
Okay.
is Jamaican Cantu. Anyway, give them the introduction.
Um. Introduction. Hey everybody. Thanks for coming to watch. I can't do this, Akil. I'm so bad at this. Can you do the Please do the introduction. I cannot. This is so cringe. Like my heart low-key inside's like, Barsha, what are you doing? It's so cringe. I cannot. Please, can you do the introduction? I can't do this.
This is so funny, bro. Okay, hold on. Let me look at my hair one time. Okay, people.
Okay.
All right. What's good, people? Thanks for treating yourself to something nice.
Okay.
It's your boy Sweezy.
And your girl Varsha. What's up? Um Okay, like we're just being real hardcore cringe right now. Can we all pretend none of us ever did that? So thanks for tuning in. Like we appreciate this. We appreciate you. So today we've got quite an interesting, what are we talking about today, Swedes?
Um, I guess we will find out as we go on, but uh, so in some big news that was announced, Barbados is set to become a republic in 2021. Let me find out exactly when in 2021. But
Barbados
yeah,
become a republic in 2021. That's super interesting.
yeah. So basically, the main difference between an independent country and a republic is when a country becomes independent, they're no longer part of the monarchy, or like I guess tied to the bigger state. And like they have their own flag and they get their own anthem and all these kind of stuff. But the queen is still the head of state, at least for the case of Barbados specifically. So when it becomes a republic, they now remove the queen as their head of state, and they appoint their own head of state, which would be their prime minister or president.
Got it. That's
Well,
so.
not prime minister, actually president,
I
because you
actually
could have
thought
a.
Barbados was still technically part of that. They still acknowledge the Queen as their head of state. I didn't realize that.
Yep. So when they become a republic, Queen Elizabeth is no longer head of state.
Because Canada Canada, New Zealand, and Australia still recognize the Queen as their head of state. Um,
They're
which
not. They're independent.
they're independent, but they still recognize the Queen
No,
as their head of state.
damn, that's whack, bro. That's
I didn't know Barbados was on this bandwagon as well. That's so
Let me
interesting.
tell you. Let me tell you.
Can you find out how many countries are actually part of this, like us, that still recognize the Queen as their head of state?
Okay, hold on. Um, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's the Commonwealth realm. That is what it's called.
The Commonwealth realm. Yeah, I know
Yeah.
a lot of countries that are part of the Commonwealth. That's so, I don't know. The entire concept of still recognizing your queen as the head of state at this point, I mean, it's kind of irrelevant to the countries locally. You know what I mean? Like, despite
Yeah.
representing, like celebrating, Victoria's Day and the Queen's birthday and things like that. Like, apart from that, and apart from like governmental official documents having the crown on it, apart from those, like I really don't think the Queen really involves herself in day-to-day affairs at all. Like
It's
of
useless, bro.
as like I know in New Zealand definitely 100% not, because the Queen has a representative called the Governor General, who is basically the Queen's representative in those specific countries, and New Zealand's got a Governor General who is supposedly representing the Queen and taking care of all the activities that the Queen is supposed to provide official decision to. But the Governor General is basically, in my opinion, it's for namesake. Like, they really don't have any influence in the politics of the country. So I don't understand why certain countries still like hold on to having to represent, keeping the Queen as the head of state.
Yeah, let me name, like, it's not really like they hold on kind of thing, because it's like they also can't necessarily fully make that decision themselves. There's also
So
part.
Barbados' decision, like what is it coming off of? Because they've like for the past 50 years, even though they've been independent, or like 52 years, even though they've been independent, they've still recognized the Queen as their head of state. So what's like made this new decision?
I would have to honestly like research it more to let you know. But let me tell you the countries. So there's 16 Commonwealth realm countries: Antigua and Barbuda, Australia, Bahamas, Barbados, Belize, Canada, Grenada, Jamaica, New Zealand, Papua New Guinea, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Lucia, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Solomon Islands, Tuvalu, and the United Kingdom. So, bro, low key, okay. Let me tell you something. I feel like this is a topic we could low key, like, do deeper research into, and like, come back and like, like, like be able to have like a proper in-depth conversation.
Yeah,
about,
I'm just actually reading about the advantages of being in the Commonwealth, and it kind of makes sense, but it's because it's voluntary. Can you believe that, Akil? So it's it's a voluntary intergovernmental organization. So people are like, we will be a part of this because we get benefits in terms of voting rights, citizenship, like Commonwealth games, like
Yeah, that shit.
that's super interesting. Yeah, we'll think about this and do some more information, and then read some
Yeah,
information.
because
And
I
then,
don't even know why Barbados made this decision.
yeah, no, neither do I, to be honest. We'll do more and come back to this. Okay, hold on. You know what's really interesting that I read recently?
What's that?
So Osama bin Laden's niece, who by the way stays in Switzerland. She's like born and brought up in Switzerland. She
Why
recently
do all these relatives of fucked up people like be in Switzerland, bro?
Switzerland, right? Switzerland's the most, of course, in my head when I first saw this, I was like, of course, Osama bin Laden's niece, the most
Like,
controversial figure.
Switzerland just don't
Of
give a
course, she's
fuck
in
about
Switzerland.
nothing, bro.
Like, Switzerland's the most neutral country in the world, but it's still,
Bro,
I think it's a little defense army. I see you, Switzerland. I wonder why. But
it's
anyway,
still what? It's still what?
they still invest so much money in like building their military. And I'm like,
Bro,
what's the
like, basically, like, the sponsor of the Rwandan genocide. What was his name, bro? Let me
Oh,
tell you what his name is.
he's like one of the most wanted men in the world, isn't he?
Yeah, they caught him though. They caught him,
What? And they caught him in
but
Switzerland?
no, no, no. They
Oh,
didn't. They caught him in France, but
oh, interesting.
they were pretty sure he was in Switzerland before that, because I think they found his cousin or like someone that he was working with in Switzerland, and like they found like someone like basically making a passport for him in Switzerland, but like they never actually found him in Switzerland.
But
Right,
still,
and
it had to do with Switzerland. Honestly,
but like he flew from Rwanda to Switzerland. Like he then well, not from, well, he went to Kenya first before he went to Switzerland.
Switzerland.
But still, yeah. Like, like Switzerland basically were like, oh yeah, you sponsored a genocide, but you want to come and you're rich? No biggie.
No biggie. As long as you invest in them, invest in Swiss. But this, like Switzerland's entire, they're very like pro citizenship for only their locals. Like it's really hard to like naturally attain citizenship in the Switzerland, even if you stay there for a while. Like people who can own property have to be Swiss. Like it's very, very much
Wow, I'm not
localized and
surprised, bro.
centralized to their population. Like if you're not Swiss in that country, you receive no benefits of living there.
These European tyrants.
Honestly,
His
and
name
it's
is
the most
Kabuga, bro.
neutral country in both, like all three major wars or any kind of decision. Firstly, like World War One and World War Two, the most neutral party in the whole of Europe.
They're like Nazis. Not really our business.
They literally were like, no, can't do this. Like they literally shut off. I don't even understand. Like there's so many, of course, advantages that have come out of it, and there's many reasons for it for sure. But like, I think it's ridiculous. They just couldn't pick a side. They were like,
So basically, they're the opposite of the US.
yeah.
So like the US is in everyone's shit, and then Switzerland is like in nothing at all. Like no matter what, they're like, not our business. Switzerland just be minding their business.
Yeah. To be honest though, even like France will never do anything without the UK support.
Fuck France and the UK, bro, honestly.
Dude, honestly, the French left Africa, like all of Francophone Africa is so fucked up right now because of the way France.
Yeah, bro. Are they still paying back France like reparations like till this day?
Who's paying back France reparations until this day?
All those countries, bro, they have to pay, bro. You know that like when slavery ended, like France basically like told all these African countries and shit like, you guys have to pay us as like compensation for the cost of like slavery ending.
No, stop it.
So like the profits we're not making because we ended slavery, like they have to pay for it.
What the fuck? You're lying, right?
I'm not
No,
lying,
are you
bro.
sure about this? I've never.
Look it up, bro. Look it up, bro.
Francophone countries.
Look it up, bro. Like, why do you think Haiti is so fucked up, bro? I mean, France also had like a personal vendetta against Haiti too, you know, because they saw like the Haitian Revolution and all that.
Colonial tax. What the hell?
You see it, right? Could you
For
read
the
it
benefits of slavery and colonization. Oh my God. Fucking suck my ass, you piece of shit. Like,
Is
putain,
there like
merde. You are the putain, you are the merde right now. Like, what? This is ridiculous.
Is there like an article, something you read out?
Yeah, so France Afrique, 14 African countries forced by France to pay colonial tax for the benefits of slavery and colonization.
Wow.
That is ridiculous. Like, honestly,
But yeah.
like, look at the state of Algeria. Look at the state of any country that France and Belgium have walked out of. They have literally caused chaos, and then they walk out pretending they're like, whoops, we don't know how to fix this anymore.
Europe's entire, I'm like, at this point, bro, I'm convinced like Europe or like all these years. Because, bro, to me, I feel like the US is like an extension of Europe, bro. You know?
Yeah.
It's just that's like Europe's little kid, you know? Like, it's like Donald Trump and his kid, you know? Like, they're always trying to outdo each other. But, like, you know, like, they're on the same ship, but, like, they hate each other at the same time.
Hate each other at the same time. Yeah, I know.
It's like that, basically.
No, it's
yeah. So like they will never let an African country prosper, bro. Like any African country on their way to prosper, they will make sure.
No,
that, like,
absolute bullshit. Like at this point, what the hell? Colonial tax. I am literally.
Could I tell you next one?
You know what the countries are? It's
yeah, call them out.
So in fact, during the last 50 years, a total of 67 coups happened in 26 countries in Africa. 16 of these countries are French ex-colonies, which means 61% of the coups happened in Francophone Africa. I told you, these motherfuckers, because when they left, like, you know, when you look at the Rwandan genocide, the whole reason they like people's anger raged to a level that was ethnic cleansing, they thought was because like they left when the Belgians were in Rwanda, and I'm this is like on a larger scale. Like I think everybody always tries to look for the minute, small scale reasons, and of course they're really big, but people don't understand the kind of larger scale those kinds of small issues come from. Basically, when the Belgians were still in Rwanda, they literally would make like conduct experiments, like take like recordings of the differences between the Hutus and the Tutsis, and the ones with the longer nose, like who were taller, slightly more lighter skinned, like they obviously came from a certain particular ethnic group, and they were targeted, and the given all like the Belgians basically loved them like low key, even though they would treat all of them like bullshit. They would favor these guys, and so when
Yeah.
they left the people that they liked in power. It never was democracy. You can't talk
Yeah.
about democracy in Africa when you left them in such a level of instability and at such a level where the wealth gap was so ridiculously high. People's mindsets in terms of education, in terms of they left an elite society that they handpicked and favored and thought were good. So obviously, you know what I mean, with the majority of
Yeah,
the country
bro.
the way it is, it's just ridiculous. That's the bigger cause, because the Belgians, they left so many fucked up ideologies and little insinuations of saying this group is better than that group, and that's why this group is allowed to remain in power. And it's ridiculous. Like the whole Rwandan genocide would have never happened if fucking colonization didn't happen. So many genocides in the whole of Africa. Like the fact that people's anger and people's frustrations and people's solution, they thought the solution was ethnic cleansing. Like, do you know how messed up that is?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
it's
Bro,
ridiculous.
you see, thing is, bro, like their tactic, well, not let me say their tactic, but like it's a well-known fact, bro, that like one of the biggest tactics in like warfare and that kind of stuff is divide and conquer.
Divide and
And
conquer.
that's what they do, bro, even in Trinidad, bro. Like in Trinidad, like black people and Indian people literally like are at each other's necks, they hate each other.
Mm-hmm.
And like, bro, like what I even saw, like I watched this video, was like after like slavery and well, not even slavery ended, but like coming down towards the end of slavery, that's when they like brought basically like people from India and stuff to be like working as indentured laborers, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like which was basically like one step above slavery.
yeah,
It's like
exactly.
they weren't actually slaves, but like it was like not that much better. It's like
Yeah.
they they couldn't, like it's not like they could work when they want, it's not like they could like, do what they
No,
want.
I
Not like
agree.
they could go get other jobs if they wanted other jobs,
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like they just brought them, and like the only difference was they let them stay in their families and they let them keep their religion, you know.
Ridiculous.
So then like and then from that, like they'll be like, okay, look at like this one group, like look at how good they're doing, like why can't you be like that? And then like these like groups like internalize it and then soak it up, and then like they
Yeah.
fight against each other when they don't even realize that if they were to team up, because bro, like if they got the point where they're like, well, okay, wait, like us plus them is way more
Mm-hmm.
how much the people that brought us here, like we could work together and like get the best for ourselves.
I think it's
But
ridiculous that like, because even amongst this umbrella of being a person of color, and it's a really big umbrella, right? Because many different groups fall under it. They've forced a sense of social hierarchy dictated by them. Do you know what I mean? Like,
mhm,
even amongst, I think it's so ridiculous. There was this couple who did this like they did like a little interview. I think it was like for BBC UK or something like that. But basically for a documentary that they were shooting, it's on my Facebook.
mhm,
They literally were. It's this Indian couple, and I mean, and the husband's Indian, but the wife she is, I can't remember from where, but she's from Africa basically. She's originally from
mhm,
Africa, and she's black and Indian basically. So they were talking about how when they started dating, the kind of shit they received from their communities, and literally the black woman, honestly I can't believe it, like she was told, she was raised that obviously if you marrying into a white family is like marrying up almost, whereas
yep,
like marrying into the Indian family, like they never really looked down upon it, but it was the white family that everybody associated towards. And of course being raised in England, where you know
mm,
what I mean. So, and I just thought that was so interesting. And then obviously, like, to not even mention the kind of Indian prejudices held against black people and people of other color, like it's ridiculous. Like he was told like he was marrying down. Like that's
Yeah.
how society looks into it. And it's just kind of disgusting that we're even trying to create a level of like it's like do you know what I mean? There's no escalator
Yeah.
to society defined by race. Like it never should have been defined by race.
It's so crazy because like I remember even like when I was in high school, like I even pretty sure I said this myself, but like a lot of people would say like, you know, like example, black people, like people like that actually black would be like yeah, like I wanna have like, you know, like a lighter kid so that they can have an easier life than mine kind of thing. And
Yeah,
like you have that like mentality like since like, you know, like you're in school, you know, like just because you know, like, you know, because I have friends that you like their parents would be like, yeah, bro, like you need to like, you know, be with somebody lighter with you so
I
that
don't know.
your children has like a not even is about a higher thing, you know, like just to have an easier life.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like even I mean, even in Botswana, like I've noticed this amongst like the black population. Like the moment you're yellow bone or kind of light skinned, you know, a black light skin or a black yellow bone individual, you would automatically have the connotations of, oh yeah, she's so pretty, she's so beautiful. Like, do you know what I mean? Automatically giving you this interior, like it just literally puts like I think black women get it the worst. Like being black and then being a woman on top of it. Like it's
Facts.
two fucking shots to the head and it's like, oh, stand up and walk now. Like that's how fucking society treats them. And then on top of that, you have internalized hatred amongst black women because of the
Facts.
patriarchal opinion of how who's prettier based on who's light skin. And it's like it's ridiculous. Like it's always this affiliation to be lighter the better and the more prettier and the more successful and the more opportunities that will come your way. But it's just bullshit. Like it's absolute bullshit. Like the Indian community as well, like with race, it's just disgusting. It's absolutely disgusting. It makes me so bad. You know, this entire time in South Asia, one of their biggest selling products in the beauty market was this
Oh,
fair.
Bill, let me guess. Fair and lovely.
Yeah, Fair and Lovely. Like
Oh,
ridiculous, right?
do you know bleaching is like a huge thing in Jamaica?
Are you serious?
Like, bro, oh my, bro, Vibes Cartel bleaches. Like,
No.
he's one of the most
Are you for
popular.
real?
Actually, I won't even lie. Like, he low key like made it even like popular in like pop culture. You know, like he has songs where he talks about bleaching. He literally has a song called like they call it Cake Soap.
Uh-huh. Cake soap. Wow.
Yeah, and like he literally he has a song called Cake Soap.
What
Like
you
he always talks about being Michael. I said he has a song called Cake Soap.
Cake soap? And yeah, I mean, look at Michael Jackson as well. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I'm
He
sure there
talks
are a
about
lot
being
more.
Michael Jackson a lot too, Vibes Cartel.
No, come on. And if these and
Yeah.
people
But
who are
like, you
in
know,
positions of influence. So
yeah.
when you've got people in position of influence still thinking like this, what are their blind
But yeah, you know the crazy thing, you know, like people are like I know a lot of people like to say like, you know, like is Vibes Cartel's fault, like, you know, like people in Jamaica like want to bleach kind of thing, you know. But
mm-hmm.
firstly, people in Jamaica and even outside of Jamaica been bleaching way before Vibes
Way
Cartel.
before. Yeah.
Way before Vibes Cartel. And like if you really think about it, it's like why do you think Vibes Cartel likes bleaching? It's
Because
not like
it's no.
it's not a
Where do you
coincidental
think that
kind
the
of thing,
thought
bro. Is he's probably grown up in a society where he sees people treat you differently
differently for your
based
skin color because
like
you're lighter?
like not even your race, bro. Literally like just the tone of your
Tone
skin.
of your skin. Yeah, it's so true.
Just the tone of your skin, bro.
It is
So
so
of course, like I guess in some ways a defense mechanism kind of thing.
yeah, no, 100%. Like, you know, people think like I'll tell you this, like this, you know, there's a girl, I can't remember where I read this article, but I'll have to find it again. But there's a girl who was she full on full like believes she was meant to be white. So
Wow.
she's a black woman in the US, but she full and full believes like, no, I was meant to be white. And she's
Oh, I'm sure there's so many black. Oh
this
man, there probably so many
no,
of
but
them
this is
in the
like
U.S.
I don't think you understand the level of like she's completely converted her life into wanting to be white. Like it's and she'll say it. She'll be like, I'm not black, I'm white. Like I'm actually white. Like that's how she
Wow.
identifies. She'll be like, I'm a black woman physically, but I identify as a white woman. And I'm like, you know, and everybody's like giving her shit, talking shit on the comments and
Hmm.
stuff like that. But in my head, I'm like, I don't think you guys understand how
She's traumatized.
she has to be affected and traumatized of her skin tone for her mind to be telling her that actually she identifies as a white woman and that she wants to be a white woman. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't think people
because
understand
yeah,
how
bro.
deeply
Because
that has affected her.
if you think about it, bro, it's like she's telling herself like I don't deserve, like, I don't deserve this kind of thing, like I didn't do anything to deserve this treatment, so like I can't be a part of it, I can't be the problem, kind of thing.
Yeah,
So that shit is wild, bro.
it's ridiculous.